Yes, people, welcome to another edition of Sarcasm City TV presents the ManDem United Podcast, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. I will also be joined by my fellow co-host JV shortly. He will be jumping on, but I just want to say salute to, as I always start every single podcast, salute to everybody who is supporting. Like, we really, really appreciate it. And whether you're watching this live right now or you're watching this back, please make sure first and foremost you hit the like button. Hit the like button. It's very important you do that. Make sure you click the share button. Also share it across all your socials and hit the subscribe button as well. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell because the numbers keep going up. So we appreciate it. But of course, this is the ManDem United Podcast and we'll be talking everything Manchester United. First and foremost, big up Ahmed, who says, yes, lads, big up. A salute every single time. Ahmed, salute every single time. We really appreciate it. But yeah, Thames Baller says, big up the Sarcasm City Podcast. We appreciate that, Thames. Shout out Thames Baller. We appreciate that a lot. And this video is entitled 7 points from 9 versus Chelsea, PSG, and Newcastle. Is that a good return? So I just wanted to discuss this because obviously people were going crazy on social media, well, United fans, about the point not being good enough, the way we set up the 4-2-3-1, Donny Van Der Beek not playing, Greenwood not playing, Cavani not playing, just how we lacked attacking intent in that game. And we're gonna get into that. We 1000% gonna get into that. But my thoughts on it is it was a good point. If someone would have told us, if someone would have told United fans, I think I could speak for the majority in that, had Manchester United, after losing to Palace 3-1, after losing to Spurs 6-1, from Salute RBU says, yes, Flawless. Salute Lincoln, who also says, yes, Flawless. We appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, man. So like I was saying, if somebody after the Spurs game and our start to the season had said, right, United are going to pick up 7 points, we're going to beat Newcastle, we're going to beat PSG, and we're going to draw at home to Chelsea, who wouldn't have took that? Please tell me somebody who wouldn't have took that. I would have took that. 7 points from 9 that's a great return. That's a great return. Ahmed says that Newcastle game wasn't good enough. Piss poor. Any fan knows this. What was the problem with the Newcastle game, Ahmed? I think that's where we played the best in terms of attacking. We created so much. We scored 4 goals. We had 2 shots cleared off the line. We had a penalty saved. Yes, Loza, you're telling me you're good. Shout out my Don Loza. As I was saying, we scored 4 goals against Newcastle. We had 2 cleared off the line. We missed the penalty. We had a goal disallowed. Rashford missed, I think, 2 one-on-ones. Mata had a couple chances. So what was the problem with the Newcastle game? The PSG game, we played well. We played well. We beat PSG. Yes, they had players missing, but we still beat PSG. So that was definitely, to me, none of those were piss poor. And the Chelsea game, defensively, we were not piss poor whatsoever. The Chelsea game, definitely, without question, we weren't piss poor. Defensively, we were very good. Going forward, we weren't good. But here, welcome my Don JV to the show. Yes, JV, what are you saying?
Yeah, I got.
Are you good? Let me just plug in my headphones and that in it. People, welcome JV to the show. Welcome JV to the show.
Good people, we there. Man, just traffic in there.
Yeah, man. No, it's calm, man. The show must go on. So Ahmed, you meant the Chelsea game. Okay, yeah, like I was stating then. The Chelsea game, we weren't piss poor. Defensively, we were solid. Going forward, we were piss poor, I would say. But that's not so much on Ollie. That's more on the attacking players. The attacking players didn't do their job. Yes, James, you can doubt in terms of his ability. But the other 3 in Bruno, Mata, and Rashford didn't play well at all. If Rashford scores that one-on-one, we're having a different conversation. Oh, yeah, JV, I wanted to ask you this question because that's what I titled the vid. Is 7 points from Chelsea, Newcastle, and PSG a good return to you? Is that a good return?
It depends on which games you get them from.
Mm-hmm. Go on, elaborate. Go on, go on, elaborate on that. So what is the best possible 7-point return to you in them 3 games? So which one would you be like, all right, that's a draw and I'll take those 2 wins?
The one that would make the most sense for me is drawing PSG, beating and beating Chelsea. That would have made more sense.
Say that again. You broke up a little bit, fam. Say that again. You broke up a little bit, fam. Say that again.
The one that would have made more sense to me is drawing PSG and then beating Newcastle and Chelsea. That makes more sense. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
I hear that. I think
if we went to Paris and drawn, No one's saying nothing about that. If we went to Paris and drawn, and Rashford scores that goal, but that gets 1-1, and we play good, that's a good win. I mean, that's a good draw. Sorry, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of them, fam. I don't know. For me,
I get what you're saying. So that, and I think if I was a betting man, that if someone would have said you're gonna go on.
No,
go on, fam. Go on.
No, I didn't say that.
Fam, just jump out and jump back in. You're moving a bit slow. You're moving a bit slow, fam. That's all. Jump out and jump back in. I thought you was gonna say something in it. That's all. All right. Okay. I thought you'd frozen, fam. This guy playing the freeze game and that. yeah, calm. But yeah, RB says, yo, JV. Ahmed also, Thames Baller also says, man, like JV. Akuma says, we missed Martial, that Chelsea game. It's a possibility, definitely. As the home team, we should be going to win. The onus is on us. Lampard had every right to come for the draw. And I agree with that. I agree with that, Ahmed. We should be trying to win at home versus Chelsea. Oh, is it mine, innit? All right, is it mine? Okay, they're telling me it's my Wi-Fi that's moving mad, innit? You know what I'm saying? It's not yours and that. Let me move across. Yo, JV, keep the show going.
Yeah,
you see speak on the Chelsea game, because you had a lot to say about Dan James and our attacking intent, yeah?
You know what? One thing I will speak on. I'll speak on this comment from Arshad. Lampard does not have every right to come for a draw. Not when you've just spent 200+ million pounds mainly on attacking talent. You don't have every right to come to a draw with one of your main rivals. No, you don't. This is what I'm trying to say. Lampard gets more luxuries than Ole. Why? And I don't care if he's been a manager for less time. He's probably more equipped. You get me? He's more equipped at Chelsea. He's got a better run football club. Yeah, he's got a potentially a bigger budget. Yeah, because we got the money, but we don't seem to be spending money like we was at one point. Do you get what I'm saying? So Lampard does not have every right to come and try players for a draw. If he does, if he buys one or two players, but the fact that he's gone and bought and plucked possibly some of the best young attacking talent from Europe, yeah, within the past 6 months, he does not ever have every right to come and play for a draw. No, he doesn't. Not at all. I'm not having it. If that's certain managers get certain things. If Wenger does that, he's playing for a draw. Or do you know what I'm saying? If someone else who's supposedly at a big club, all right then, if Mourinho come and play for a draw, man will be getting on Mourinho. Do you get what I'm saying? And Mourinho was a way bigger manager than Lampard. Lampard, for some reason, has some sort of like luxury and some sort of like where everyone's allowing him. You don't. Let's not allow this guy, bro. Let's get it real. Let's get it real and correct. Lampard is, for me, and I've said this from the start of the season, he's made himself the most under pressure manager this season. He's under more pressure than Klopp. Check that one out. He's under more pressure than Klopp. You get me? Because Klopp's done what he really needed to do at Liverpool. If Liverpool don't win nothing now, yeah, they've gone back to being just Liverpool. Then it makes Klopp look even better. Whereas someone like Lampard, you've come into a club that not too long ago only won the league. You've got league winners in your squad, and you just spent 200 and something million pounds. His results are shocking, bro. His results are shocking. You get what I'm saying? Let's get it right. Defensively, they're poorer. I'd say they're poorer defensively than us. Check that one out. And they don't even have a scapegoat in Maguire, and they're still poorer defensively than us. Yeah, fair enough. We capitulated in that Tottenham game. Yeah, I know that, but that's capitulating in one game. They've done that in like 2, 3, 4 games now. Do you get what I'm saying? So Lampard does not have every right to come and play for a draw. I'm not having it. With the amount of resources what this man has, the transfer budget, what he spent, like I said, the players in his team who've already won the league. Ollie's not got one league winner there except for De Gea. And what's your goalkeeper really going to do? You know what I'm saying? Or Jones who ain't playing. Having a goalkeeper as a league winner ain't doing nothing for you. Do you get what I'm saying? Lampard has winners in that team. Do you get what I'm saying? So let's get that right. Do you get what I'm saying? He should be doing he should be doing way better. Lampard should be all right, then I'll put it to you like this: how City are at the moment and how they have been since lockdown. Lampard, with the squad he's got now, should be pushing City to say, right, well, we're coming for that second spot. The top spot's looking a bit far off right now, but Chelsea should be pushing City, and they're not. They're battling with our worst ever manager. You know what I'm saying? They're battling with our worst ever manager.
I get what you're saying.
No, I don't get this whole Lampard thing, and you know what does my head in as well. I'm hearing it from United fans, and it's like, so if you can give other manager graces, how can't you give your own manager? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
If you give someone else time, how can you not give your own manager time? I'm not saying he deserves it. I'm not saying he warrants it. But someone says Lampard does not deserve time. Lampard cut his time down by his spending. It's as simple as that. Chelsea have for less. Chelsea have sacked managers who have done a lot better, fam. Do you know what I mean? Ancelotti won the league. Was it the league or the FA Cup he won and he got sacked? Can't remember.
Who?
Ancelotti.
For which team?
It was the double. Ancelotti done the double and he got sacked. Ancelotti
for Chelsea
and he got sacked. Yes.
Did he?
When Ancelotti and got sacked, Di Matteo got sacked. Do you get what I'm saying? Scolari man had a bad run. They didn't spend them P's, fam. You know what I'm saying? They didn't. Chelsea don't really get 80 million transfers. They might buy big players, spend a lot of money, but that transfer for Havertz, that's a lot of money. Like
true.
The last big money transfer I can remember from Chelsea was what? Was it Morata? No, Morata was alone, right?
I can't remember I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sure Morata was alone. I'm sure the biggest last one was Torres. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of that amount of money, where it's 50 and above. Correct me if I'm in the comments. You get what I'm saying? You might change my mind. Not really, but I'm just saying, like, Lampard gets a lot of good graces. He came to a rival and he showed no intentions of getting a win. Look at the front line, what he had, and look how shaky our defense has been recently. And the fact that we played the 4-3, the 4-2-3-1, we were there for the taking. We were there for the taking. Like, I know Maguire had a good game against Newcastle. You get what I'm saying? But they should have really put it on him. You're telling me you've got someone like Maguire, who we know ain't the fastest, and you've got Werner, who's possibly one of the fastest strikers in Europe, maybe not even the world. And how many times did you see him get in behind him? How many times did you see Pulisic try and get down the channels? You know what I'm saying? How many times did you see whoever Havertz? How many through balls was he doing to them, man? Nah, because the whole team was set out to not do that. For me, that's shocking. Like, you might as well have just kept your Abrahams and your Mounts then. Like, why waste all that money if you're gonna go to a rival? And
I get what you're saying. With, like, I said this beforehand on all the match previews that had been done, and I stated that the United Chelsea game was going to be a cautious game, even though both defenses were bad. Number one, it's a big game. Number two, it's early. And number three, both managers know that they are 2 or 3 bad results from being under immense pressure. Not so much Lampard, actually, but definitely Oli. But Lampard's 2 or 3 bad results away from being under more pressure. He's already had a couple bad results. The 3-3 against West Brom, the 3-3 against Southampton. So he's already under pressure considering the amount of money he has spent. We've seen how the Chelsea fans have gone on social media, how the Chelsea fans have spoken in the group chat of the Football Terrace, how certain Chelsea fans have spoken on the Football Terrace YouTube channel itself. And we all know how Ollie in, Ollie out is pretty much a weekly thing. As soon as Manchester United have a bad result, I don't think the Chelsea game was a bad result. 0-0 at home to Chelsea, it's not a good result, but it's not a bad result. It didn't warrant the reaction, the overreaction it got, because it's not a bad point. If we beat Arsenal on Sunday, which we should, and we get 4 points from those 2 games and 10 points from the 12 with the Newcastle and PSG, that's a great run. That's a very good run. 10 points from those games. Is it 10? Yeah, it would be 10 points. 10 points from those games is a great run. Yes, we would have liked to have seen more attacking intent from Manchester United, but that was more so one. You got to give Chelsea credit for defending well, because like you said, Chelsea played a back three. They had They were supposed to be wing backs. They were full backs, and then they sat Kante and Jorginho right in front. It was a back seven. Let's get into
saying. Yeah,
a back seven. And a back seven, even with everybody flying, is a hard thing to break down. PSG found out how hard it is to break down a back three against us, and they had two of the very best attacking players in Europe. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully my Wi-Fi is working better now as well, people. It should be. Thames Baller says too, I'm just going to go through some of these comments. He said 200 million spent and they come to park the bus. Yeah, facts. Ahmed here says, I'm talking about United. I'm talking about United. I don't care about Chelsea. We should be going for the win, not worrying about Chelsea. But yeah, we did. I get what you're saying, and we should be having more attacking intent, but you have to give credit to Chelsea for defending well. Chelsea defended well. They defended well. And yes, we should be creating more than one chance, but the chance that Rashford got, he should have scored. Rashford should have scored that. Rashford should have played better overall. Bruno should have played better overall. Juan Mata should have played better overall. But these things happen. Bad games happen. Because defensively, we were sound. Bear in mind, Ahmed, you included, was on here talking about how bad Maguire is and how bad our defense is. Defensively, these past 3 games, we've played well. Defensively, we've been spot on. We haven't conceded a... When's the last time the opposition scored a goal on us? The 2 goals we conceded during this period have both been own goals. So it's like, I look at things like that. I'm like, all right, let's kick on. But I do agree, yes. Should he have played? Would I have played the 4-2-3-1? No. Maybe he should have went with the back 3. I prefer the back 3 personally, because that way you can get 2 10s in there, or you can get a 10 and 2 strikers. Cavani did look bright when he came on as well.
Yes. You know what? He looked sharp. He looked like what I want to see at the moment in terms of a striker. In terms of not just us having him as a striker, but they're a dying breed, those type of, like, don't get me wrong, he can do his thing outside the box, he can still smash one in the top corner, but literally he came on and his thing was a flick on and it went into the side netting and it was like,
yes, right,
yeah, sharp, you know, like,
yes,
that's where he's gonna earn his money. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to see him outside. Just from that now, I don't want to hear no link up play. I don't want to give him the ball in the box.
Yeah,
feed him. That's what he literally is. He's one of them to me. He's feed him. Do some pro goals and just roll it across the box and make my man get in space and tap it in if we need to. Feed him, bro, because he's gonna be in the space. He's got the movement. He lost his marker in a second, bro. Like, let's not get it twisted. He come on against the back's 9 or whatever it was. Lost his marker, rapid, hit the side netting. Seen Chelsea fans in the group chat straight away. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh. Now I felt the pressure, bro. You get what I'm saying? After everyone's trying to say he's a bum. So for me, I you know what? I don't think it's a bad thing getting him in, because I think Martial has been a bit rusty. We all know playing right up front isn't Rashford's best position. Although I still think, I've said this for a long time, I think Rashford is someone who needs to play in a front 2. I think that's where you see the best of him.
That's a fair point.
With someone like a Cavani, I think you'll see the best of him with someone like a Cavani, who is him playing up. You see, sometimes Rashford and Martial, even when one of them's on the wing or one of them's up front, however which way it is, they're still getting in each other's space, because naturally they want that left channel. Whether they're on the left wing or the up front, they want their left channel. Do you get what I mean? So they're always going to, even if they're not getting in the space visibly in the match, they're limiting each other. Do you get where I'm coming from? Because naturally, that's where they're both most effective. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, even when Martial's played up front, if you look at a lot of his goals, he's still been in that left side channel. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think having someone like a Cavani will be perfect. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. You get what I'm saying?
Without question. Nah, we're not having this, Ahmed. Defense was a major issue. And you was talking about how bad Maguire was. So defense was a major issue.
Hey, this one of the guys who's trying to tell me Dunk was better than him. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That Ahmed, I got nothing but love for you. You my guy in it. You get what I'm saying? You my guy. I wouldn't let anybody talk bad about you, but we can't say defense is not a major issue. Now Ollie solved it. I get that you don't like Ollie. I'm in that same bracket. I'm Ollie out. But give him credit where credit's due. You was on here talking about how bad the defense is. Therefore, when he solves the defense, It's just over the past 3 games. Give him credit for that. Playing
Man
McTominay.
was saying that when it was 6-1, fam.
Yes.
Man was saying that when it was 6-1. Man was slating Maguire, this fridge, this. You get what I mean? You man need to put your head in the fridge and cool it off and literally give my man some credit, bro. Like, I know, give him some credit.
Yeah, I'm talking about Chelsea. Yeah. And he says, I'm talking about Chelsea. He said, Ahmed also says, I'm talking about versus Chelsea. I'm just talking about the defense weren't that bad. And that's due to the manager. Give the manager credit for that. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, it's a work in progress, because before we were talking about how bad the defense was. So it's like, all right, let's try and solve this problem. And then the attack, it's only been 1 game, the attack's been this bad. Versus PSG and Newcastle, we created numerous openings.
Do you know what it is, though?
One sec, I just want to get to this. Akuma says Chelsea would have been a good time to start Mason up front. Mason's coming back from injury, though, so I understand why he didn't start Mason. Cavani's not played, so there's 2. Martial suspended. Who else is there to play? I understood why, even though I personally wouldn't have went that way, I understood why Oli picked the team he did. I understand why Axel didn't start again. I understand why Tellers didn't start again. You have to, if players are coming back from injury or are not match fit, don't rush them back. Don't rush them back. It's like, I don't want to see them rush back and break down again. But yeah, go on.
That's why, and this now comes on to another point. The attacking quarter of the pitch wasn't the strongest. But this is why then I would have played Donny for the goal threat. Do you get what I'm saying? Simply the goal threat. Because his type of intelligent runs and move. Sometimes you see, like, sometimes we had this conversation yesterday about Sterling. See, like, sometimes the man who score goals, if you look at a lot of Sterling's goals, it's from his movement and another player finding him with a pass. Yeah? Mm-hmm. A lot of our strikers have to score. They've got to do with the whole sorting themselves. When's the last time you see one of our strikers just get a tap in at the back post? We don't really play like that. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why something makes sense, because he will find players. A Donny and a Bruno, you've then got 2 people creating. So then what happens is the person who's supposed to be putting the ball in the net, they've just got to wait, because you got like double service. You know what I'm saying? You got like double food. You know what I'm saying? You're literally just waiting for the ball. And then that's what we lack sometimes, and we don't seem to see it. Like, look at City play now, yeah? They score a lot of good goals. City score a hell of a lot of tap-ins, bro.
Yes, they do, because that's movement and system. Just before you continue, the numbers have just spiked up. So if you are watching this live right now, hit that like button, people. Share it across your socials. Let's get the numbers jumping up. We appreciate all the support, and subscribe to the channel also. Make sure you follow myself and JV across all our socials. All our links are underneath the video on YouTube as well. And also, this podcast and every other podcast on Sarcasm City TV is available on an audio platform. So you can find it on SoundCloud, Spotify, and iTunes. So you can find it across all. We do need Tellers. We'll get on to Leipzig shortly. But Georgia, if I agree, I want to see Tellers tomorrow. Ahmed, this is another thing I don't like. Right, Chelsea should have got a penalty. Don't get it twisted. Maguire doing the DDT on man like he's Randy Orton. But Reece James had bear hugged. I was going to say Randy Orton. Reece James bear hugged Maguire. Azpilicueta wrestled McTominay down to the ground. They're both penalties, but no one's out here criticizing Azpilicueta or Reece James. It's like, so he should have gave away a penalty. It didn't happen.
Check this one out. I'll put it like this. If Lindelof does that, no one's really bothered. It's the whole Maguire.
Yes, that's an agenda.
I don't really understand how man can have so much. So let's put this right now. So let's think about this. So there's man who have raw hatred for Maguire. There's man who have raw hatred for Oli. There's man who have raw hatred for other players. But then United fans, the hatred is coming from our own fans. I hate Dan James, bro. I hate when I see him on. But when I actually see him on, I want him to do well, you know. Do you get what I'm saying? I want him to do well. I really actually want him to do well when I see him. Do you get what I mean? I really do. I really want him to see him.
I don't agree with this. I think Maguire's a better centre back than Lindelof, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even answering that. I'm not even answering that. Y'all trying to wind me up. That's why you got a big lul at the end. A big lul. You get what I'm saying? You're trying to wind me up.
Ahmed also says Nangelman is auditioning for the job tomorrow, and Akuma also said so is Upamecano. Let's hope so. I'm a big fan. Imagine a centre back pairing of Upamecano and Axel. I can dream. You know what I'm saying? I can dream in that.
Say that again.
Who, me? Did I break up?
Yeah.
All right, I said, yeah.
No, he didn't break up. I just didn't catch it.
All right, I was saying how Upamecano, imagine him coming in and him playing next to Axel. That is a dream centre-back partnership for me. That's a dream centre. Upamecano and Axel. That is just everything you need in one. You're not running in behind that. You're not winning anything in the air. You gotta go play on the wing. You know what I'm saying? Or
I think Axel could be. I think Axel could save us a lot of money. I think if we keep him fit, I think he would be the perfect foil for someone like a Maguire. Like when I'm saying, Maguire needs someone to take control. You see that PSG game, wow, you'd think Axel was 30, bro. I honestly, if I didn't know, I'd think he's played most of his career. Do you get what I'm saying? I would think he's honestly played most of his career and he's coming towards the end. And I'm not saying that because of his performance. I'm saying that because of how composed he was. He had something what the man them lacked yesterday. Hella composure.
Yes, composure, lads. Composure.
He had that composure on deck. Trust me, like the way he went toe to toe, it's hard to even, like, obviously we all know what Mbappe is about. Like, to just have no thought about it and just go toe to toe with Mbappe, that's responsibility. I'm telling you now, if that's a match and that's Maguire or Lindelof, they're a lot more hesitant. Do you get what I mean? Like, my man did not hesitate to just go over and just bonks my man with his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Pace, bonks him with the shoulder. See you later. You know what I'm saying?
And he did it twice as well. That's what you got to give him credit for. This is an interesting point. Georgiev's got a question here. He says, oh yeah, before we even get to that, because Mr. H says, hi guys from Malaysia, so salute. So yeah, people, now we are 27 minutes into the show. Please let us know where you are watching from. So we want the city and the country. We don't just want the city. We don't just want the country. We want both. Let us know where you are watching from, please. Shout out Georgiev, who says, I prefer to play Donny in right wing rather than James. What do you guys think? Use him like how Poch used Eriksen. That way we can get Bruno, Van Der Beek, and Pogba all starting. I
get what it means, like in a channel, like not as a winger.
I get what you're saying, but then I'm looking at it like, can Donny be, how do I put this? Can Donny be effective from there? Yes, 1000% he can be, but I want to put him where he can be most effective. And to me, he's an attacking, he's a 10. So the easiest way to get him in the team is change the system to a 3-5-2. That way you can get 2 10s in and you can have Bruno and Donny, or you can have Bruno and Pogba, or you can have Donny and Pogba. And then you could have Pogba and Mata, or Donny and Mata, or Bruno and Mata. Like, you have options there because we have 4 10s. Basically, them 3 we just named plus Mata are 4 10s. So if we play 3-5-2, we can rotate them 4 and play them as 2 10s. Or even if you want, you could drop Bruno into an 8 because you don't necessarily need 2 6s in that system. You could play just Fred or just McTominay or just Matic. Yeah, go on.
Well, here's the thing. I was seeing Gary Neville said something about why don't we try like how Pep did it with De Bruyne and Silva, and I'd say that's a very good point. Like, other people don't like the thought of it, but I've seen my man go with Gundogan, De Bruyne and Silva as a 3-man midfield, and Gundogan as the one holding. I'm telling you, I don't think Gundogan is more defensively proficient than Pogba, bro. I don't think he's a better defensive player than Fred even. Do you know what I mean? It's the system. Do you know what I mean? It's how you then function your wing backs, your full backs, you know what I'm saying? How your wingers maybe know to come short then or go long, or do you know what I mean? There's a whole lot of stuff around it. Because for me, I honestly think we could play Bruno and Pogba as the 8s. I mean, as the, you know what I mean? As how he plays Silva and Bruno.
Yes,
I mean,
here's the thing though.
De Bruyne.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. This is the thing that, like you mentioned it there, it's the system. The reason why City can play that, because it doesn't matter how good or bad your defensive midfielder is defensively, if you dominate the ball. When City were getting 99 points and 100 points and winning titles back to back, they dominated the ball. I bet their average possession was like 70% or something like that.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah, there you go. So that's just me guessing. It was like 70%. And then when the opposition wins the ball back, they're extremely tired because they've been chasing around. They've been chasing around City for however long. Number 2, City were pressing very well, which puts you under pressure. So I've said this: if you dominate the ball, it doesn't matter how bad your defense is. If you dominate the ball, because you're on the front foot, you can't concede if you have the ball. And I've said this for a long time. There's no way teams should have been coming to Old Trafford and having 50%. I think, was it Southampton who came towards the back end of last season after lockdown and had 60% possession in the second half? What is going on? Southampton and West Ham coming and having 60% possession. I'm like, no, that should be the other way around. We should be dominating the ball. Go on.
Do you know what it is with our midfield? I've said this for a very long time, and we've struggled to move away from this culture. We were one of the last big teams to still be playing a 4-4-2. We were playing 4-4-2 as not too long back as like 2013, bro. That's crazy. Everyone else was 4-3-3, 4-5-1. Think like Mourinho come to Chelsea, they were 4-3-3 from like 2004, bro. Do you get what I mean? We've been getting overrun in midfield for years, and that's why someone like a Varane came to us and struggled, because you get what I'm saying. Like that like if we played 4-4-2 now and just had Bruno in the middle, like he'd still play good, but he'd struggle. Do you get what I mean? We've still not we don't have the culture of the midfield yet. Our midfield isn't cultured enough, and I don't mean that by the personnel. I mean that tactically. Do you get what I mean? Like, even if you watch us, even when we play a 4-2-3-1, it's still like it's a 4-4-2 in the middle. It's still two man. Do you get what I mean? Bruno has to drop back. They still operate literally one man on each side of the centre circle. That's how our team still operates to this day. Whereas other teams will have two man just ahead of that and one at the bottom of the centre circle. Do you get what I mean? We still, I've said this, we're one of the most tactically rigid teams, and we have been for a long time. And it worked for Fergie because
it was Fergie.
Yeah, it was Fergie. He was able to get players to do more.
He's the GOAT. Like, this is why I don't like when people use him in any form of comparison, because he is the GOAT. Like, whoever you want to take as the GOAT from any sport to broaden this out, that's like saying, all right, some people say Jay-Z is the best rapper alive. So it's like, all right, that's like listening to a new rapper and being like, yo, why doesn't he storytell like Jay-Z? Because he's not Jay-Z. You get what I'm saying? Because he's not Jay-Z. That's why he can't storytell like one of the GOATs. Or why can he not hit the political? Why can he not rap about political stuff like Pac? Because he's not Pac. You get what I'm saying? There's no of you can't just go and get another Tupac. I'm just taking this, broadening it out. Like, all right, Mayweather's classed as the best defensive fighter of all time. So it's like watching a boxing match, seeing someone get hit with numerous shots and like, yo, why can't he dodge out of the way like Mayweather? Because he's not Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? When you are the GOAT, it's a reason. Or why can't he take it to NBA? Or why can't he go to all NBA finals like Michael Jordan and win all 7? Because he's not Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And these men are in a different space. So that's why I don't like the Fergie comparisons. I'm not saying you was. I'm just saying to anyone. When people are like, oh, we gave Fergie time. Yeah, we gave Fergie time because he won a Champions League with Aberdeen. If Ollie would have done that, I would show up and be like, you know what, he'll probably get it right.
Yeah, you know exactly, bro. My man didn't win no mad trophy with Cardiff. You know what I'm saying? If man got Cardiff to like the Europa League and won the Europa League or something.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I can get. You know what I'm saying? But man, you know what I mean? And this is why his ideals. This is where people need to clock. Ollie, a lot of Ollie's ideals are based on Fergie, but Ollie's not Fergie.
Yeah.
I can't base my thing. I can't say I'm going to do this thing here like flawless because I'm not flawless. Do you get what I'm saying? I can't do this like a next brother because I'm not him. I'm looking at it from outside. He's looking at it inwards. You get what I'm saying? He knows you could do something a certain way and you know why you do that. I don't know why you do it like that. I'm just copying, so it's not going to work. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, we're still very, very rigid. We've not mastered how to play a 3-man midfield yet. Because if we had done, then we wouldn't have had these midfield problems that we've had for so many years. Do you get what I mean? We've not.
And I think that adds into, like you said, the quality of the manager. Big up Lewis Kirk. He says, like, share, subscribe. We are going to sort out moderators. To tell you the truth, that's all new to me. So I don't know exactly what moderators do on here. Obviously, I know they clear up the chat in case there's any spamming, but I'm not sure exactly what they do. So I keep saying I will look into it. I promise you, Lewis Kirk, I will look into it. But salute to you. As you say, like, share, subscribe on every video. So follow suit, like the video, share, and subscribe. Georgiev says, watching from Is that Pretoria? Is that how you pronounce that? South Africa. Man's all the way in the motherland. Man's all the way in the motherland. Appreciate it. RB says South London. Abdi Mohammed says Denmark, Copenhagen, my guy. Salute. Michael Wonder says, hi, lads. Yo, man, we got people from all over. Look at that. From London, South Africa to, you get me, in Europe with Denmark. You feel me? Akuma also says Axel and Upper Mancano would be deadly. Yeah, Bruno has an 8. But Ahmed said players ain't being coached to keep possession, but who cares? Ollie's at the wheel, innit? And I agree with that. This is why I want him gone, because I've said this time and time again. The squad.
One second, no.
Go on.
One thing on that, we've struggled with that with every single manager we've had since Fergie, bro. Like even in Fergie's last years, like as soon as Carrick left, whoa, there was like a huge hole, like, and it was hard to fill. Like not even when he left, like when he started to get really old as well. We have to think we played till he was like 36, you know, bro. Yeah,
that's true. We did play him till late. Yeah. We did. Big up Salvation in the Elect. Also, he says big up Manny Brothers. He said Ollie is a fraud, man. Mold won the league after he left. But yeah, it's true. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Ollie. I'm not saying he is the guy to take us forward. I want him gone. Like anyone who's watched me for any period of time knows this. But I'm still gonna praise him when he deserves praise, and I'm still gonna celebrate when Manchester United put in performances like the PSG game or like the Newcastle game, because even though I don't think Ollie's the man, that squad and them players should still be putting in better performances than they are. That Newcastle performance been there. You know what I mean? Been there. The 4TD says, I'm not getting notifications when you are live and I have notifications on YouTube. It might just be a YouTube problem. All I can say is a T4D is maybe if you've updated your YouTube app, unsubscribe and subscribe back and then hit the notification bell. Maybe that will work. I don't know. Because I'm the same. I don't always get notifications when people go live on YouTube. It is what it is.
You know what it is sometimes? You might have to clear some of your previous ones. If you've got too many built up, trust me, it does it sometimes. If you just subscribe to everyone.
That's it. And Ahmed just clearing up that he said JV, I said Maguire isn't worse than Lindelof, bro. Lindelof is soft. You're saying Maguire's better. But all right, before we go anyway, let's just quickly preview the Leipzig game, which is obviously tomorrow.
I know, man. I thought it was tonight, bro.
No, it's tomorrow. What's your thoughts on it?
You know what? I'll say one thing. Really, this for me, this is the best part of the Champions League.
Go on, elaborate.
Like, I love those type of this. For me, this is going to be a big European night, and I would have loved to have had the fans in there, because it's like we've got a new kid on the block in Nangelsmann. Do you get what I mean?
I get what you mean.
We've got a new kid on the block. Like, people are saying this is an audition for United. No, I think this is an audition on the world stage. Let's okay. I think this is his audition on the world stage. It's not his audition for United. Let's get it right. This could be his first, his first notch on his belt. You know what I'm saying? If he gets a big result at us. It's the players as well. Like, a lot of people are missing out. There's this Sabitzer. I think he's a player. Marcel Sabitzer. He's a hell of a player. He's one of them. He'll get in spaces behind the defensive midfielder, in between the defensive midfielder and the centre backs, and he's a goal scorer. Obviously, we all already know about Upamecano and them, and
yes,
I like how they play as well. Like when do you remember when we played like Atletico Madrid? No, I'm lying. Atletico Bilbao, and they come and they just dust us at our ground. And Herrera was playing in the 10 and that. And Llorente was first playing and all them. But all these man, remember?
We lost. Did we lose? We lost that game.
Yeah, we lost. But
yeah. That's why I don't remember it, because we lost.
It's one of them type of things where where people are there's fans tomorrow who are underestimating these, trust me.
Yeah. He's giving you your props. Stefan said Sabitzer is amazing. Spot on JV, Lema too. I don't know a lot. I don't know a lot about Leipzig. I don't know a lot about them at all.
Lema, back me up here, Stefan. Is Lema the centre mid brother as well? There's two of them in that set. I think he's like a centre mid. And also, what's the other one called? The short blonde guy. See, this is what I mean, man. There's some serious Yeah, Ahmed's right. Bielsa was in charge when the Beatles athletic. It could be one of those type of nights where I don't know if and it was the Europa League that game as well. They went Champions League, but you get what I mean. Big European night. There's a lot of fans who think it will just be expecting us to beat them because they don't know football.
Yeah. I don't just think like Ahmed mentioned it. No, RB mentioned it. He said Nagelsmann got to the semi-final of the Champions League last year, and that tells you all you need to know. Ahmed also says Nagelsmann would absolutely F up if he was in charge of our squad. F man up if he was in charge of our squad. Jeez, imagine what he would get out of Pogba, Van Der Beek, and Bruno. Now I agree.
Do you know what?
But yeah, go on, keep going. They got ballers.
They've got ballers. They've got one striker, Poulsen, and he's not the most effective goal scorer. But I'm telling you now, he will run our centre-backs ragged. Is Poulsen still there? Someone hit me up in the comments. I know you, man, I think yeah, Stefan said, yeah, that Lehman's cold as well then. That Lehman's cold, fam.
Okay, that being
serious
said,
ballers.
Give us the lineup that you want to see. So the formation and the 11 you want to see.
I've been touting this 11 since the PSG game.
All right, go on. Give us the 11 again.
The formation for me, De Gea, obviously. I think, just a side note, he's been outstanding so far this season.
He has been. And I have to hold my hands up because I was very critical of him last season, and rightfully so. And I didn't want to see him as the number one, but he has stepped up his game. And all the goals we conceded, he hasn't been at fault. I've heard him shouting a lot more. And maybe Henderson was the kick up the arse he needed to rediscover his form. But yes, he has been very good this season. Yeah, go on. So yeah, De Gea and goal.
Just a one quick one. Even that Soloff scored like 31 goals last season. He's on.
RB says Soloff and Poulsen up front. I think.
I'm telling you now, this is two like 6 foot plus strong, quick, athletic strikers. So it's going to be long because all they're going to do, they're just going to pull the defense out of shape. The man are going to run through your Sabitzers, your wing backs, your Angelinos. You know what I'm saying? Your one next brother on the right as well. So yeah, it's long, but. Yeah, for us, I want to see. I think Axel's got to play, definitely. I think Shaw's got to play.
Would you go with a back three or the back four?
Oh, it's got to be a back three. There's no.
Okay, I was just making sure. That's all. Yeah.
I think, to be honest, I think from now until our forwards gain form, I think that's got to be our formation. Forwards gain serious form. That's got to be our formation. So I'd say Maguire, Axel, and
Shaw.
I want to say Shaw. But something I think we might have to have Lindelof because of how big their centre forwards are huge, fam. Like no jokes. They're the big guys, fam. So yeah, so that's my back three. As I said, it's like 3-4-3. Or 3-4-2-1 if we're being, very technical.
So are you going one DM or two DMs?
No DMs, because it's going to be.
DM. Okay.
I'm saying it's a 4-man midfield, so they're good. They work. So for me, that's Wan-Bissaka, got to be Pogba, Fred, and Telles. Although I think he will play McTominay and Fred. And then for me, the two behind the striker, whoever that may be. See, this is where we could get like really fancy and technical, and it could like also. I think if he wants to start Cavani, I would put Van Der Beek and Bruno behind him. Yeah. So
Van Der Beek, so Donny and Bruno behind Cavani. Okay.
Yes.
All right, no, that's just it's interesting. I could see that working. I could see that plenty of attacking intent in there as well with Cavani, Bruno, Donny, and Pogba. Telles.
I'm saying you can switch it up, like, because obviously how that works is you've got all them attackers and it could flip back four because you still got Shaw there. That's why I like having Shaw, because in transition you can flick that to a back four. You just tell one tuck in. You know what I'm saying? And someone else can just, you know what I'm saying? You can just fill out the spaces. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think we need to do something like that. Don't get it wrong. Like, imagine we have Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood on the bench, fam. That's why I think we won't have 3 of them off the bench. That's why I think it might be. Nah, Stefan, I don't play Martial. He's not in
I was
form.
going to get to that. Fair enough.
You know what? It might be one of them where, or if you go super attacking, you can have Bruno Van Der Beek behind two strikers. Do you get what I'm saying? So
yeah, Bits and Bobs also says yes, man. Them salute to Bits and Bobs each and every time. I have to get that in. Salute to everybody watching. Salvation in Elect also says Martial has to play. What I'd go with the back three, probably the same back three as you in terms of I would rest Lindelof. We have plenty of games coming up. Even though Lindelof played well, it's like I rest him up. I play Axel in there because you're saying their attackers are quick, strong. It's like I play Maguire, Shaw as the left centre back. Wing backs the same as you. Who do I play in there? Because you said it here. Ahmed mentioned it about McTominay. I don't mind McTominay and Fred in there because they give a platform for our attacking players. So I would go McTominay and Fred again. Yeah, I'd go McTominay and Fred in there again. Would I go McTominay and Fred in there again? Yeah, I think you have to. I'd play them in there. Then I would go. This is where it's tough because United have options. This is where the problem lies. I'd go Donny. You know what? I go 2-10s. I play Donny, Pogba, Rashford. That's who I'd go with. Go on. No,
Bruno. You said this for the PSG game.
Yeah, no, Bruno. I'm just like, Bruno needs to. You know what it is? I'm like, when's this guy gonna get arrested? You know what I'm saying? Against Chelsea, he wasn't good. Okay, against Newcastle, he was better. Against PSG, he wasn't the greatest either. So I'm like, rest him. This is why I'm saying this. Not that I don't rate Bruno. Bruno's quality. I'm saying rest him. And everyone's talking about, not so much you, but everyone's talking about, Donny needs to play. Donny needs to play. All right, if Donny's there, rest Bruno. Bruno's gonna play. You know what I'm saying? United, we did it on that United show yesterday, and we went through the fixtures in terms of the days. Fam, United have a game like once every 3, 4, 5 days.
Yeah, it is like 3 days.
Like he's gonna play. This is what I'm saying. He's gonna play. So it's kind of like rest him. So you're gonna play Bruno's. Bruno's played all these games. Then he's gonna play against Leipzig on the Wednesday, Arsenal on the Sunday. Then he'll play. Who we got after that? Everton after that. It's like, rest the guy.
Yeah.
That's my thinking behind it. Because he, like I said, against Newcastle, okay, he was good. Against PSG, he did okay. Against Chelsea, he was poor. It's like, we're gonna run him. We're gonna run him into the ground. We're gonna run him into the ground. And he wasn't even playing that well beforehand. He was just having impacts. Like against Brighton, for instance, he wasn't good. Obviously, against Palace, nobody was any good. Against Spurs, nobody was any good. So it's like, all right, when's the last time he put in 2 performances back to back that were good? I'm not saying he's a bad player, people. I'm not bashing Bruno. I'm saying just rest him. Yan City arrived. Shout out Yan City, innit? I was going to wait till the end, but she being a prick. She said Ollie in. But this Gyaldem City is now on Gyaldem City is now on Sarcasm City TV. So it's hosted by Yan City. Gyaldem City, hosted by Yan City and Rose. So it's a Manchester City-based podcast. It's the opposite to ours, innit? So you have ManDem United and we have Gyaldem City. I got to give Yan City your flowers because it was her idea. So make sure you go check it out. It goes live on the Sarcasm City TV every Saturday, 11:30. And we're going to do a crossover show as well soon. You know what I'm saying? In the next 2-3 weeks, we're going to do a crossover show in it. ManDem United meets Gyaldem City in it. Like, that's going to be jokes.
You like Mortal Kombat.
That's what we're going to do. Stefan says Martial needs confidence to score. You know what I would do with Martial? Wait till the Istanbul games. That's what I would do. That's when I make a lot of changes. That's when you see me in my predicted lineups make 7 to 8 changes. That's when you see your Martials, your Greenwoods, your Donnies, your Matiches, Williams, maybe even a Mengi, Axel, Bailly, these type of players. To me, Henderson play against Istanbul.
Do you know
That's
what?
me though. Go on.
See one player I think might be vital in this run. Might turn a few heads there, is Brandon Williams. Because I think if we're going to play a lot of these games and we need to play 5 at the back, I want to see him at the right wing back. Because I seen him the other night, and I know it was for the reserves, but he's a lot better. He's a lot better of an attacker on the right side. Because it's natural. It's natural. He knows when to cut in. You know what I mean? He was doing his thing. He won the penalty for him in the last minute for the reserves, and I thought, I've not seen him run into the box, cut into the box like that. Do you get what I mean? Like, he literally ran into the box, angled the run, and then was like going to shift it onto his right, and like he was going to bang it. And I'm like, okay. See, that's something different to Wan-Bissaka. And I'm not saying he's on Saka's level as well, but he can get in there, defensively. So I think if we're with a lot of these games, because for me, I'll tell you right now, if we play 4-2-3-1 tomorrow, we're dead on our feet. We're dead animals.
I think that's the last formation. I don't think there's a Manchester United fan, not just on here, but just like in general on social media, that wants to see that formation. I don't think anybody wants to see, no matter what team, what 11, you don't want to see 4-2-3-1. I think you'd see a back three, a 3-5-2, a 4-4-2 diamond. You know what I'm saying? Or 4-3-3. You don't want to see 4-2-3-1. Just one thing here, you lot going ham in the comments. Make sure you lot are nice to Yan City, but give a stick about being a City fan still.
But be nice.
Yeah, be nice. Don't go personal on it. You know what I'm saying? That's my
play nice, children.
Yes, play nice. Yeah, play nice. Flawless Istanbul are not Fulham, fam. I'm not saying they are Fulham. What I'm saying is, if we can't if our second team or a mixture of our first and second can't beat Istanbul, we are washed. That's what I'm saying. That is the game. That is the game to make changes. You're talking about getting, I don't know if it was you, but Martial scoring goals and getting his confidence back. Play him against what's it called, innit? Against Istanbul. Go on.
One thing I would have said is if there was fans in the stadium, that would have not have been the game to play them, man. Going to Istanbul and them fans are mad as hell, fam.
That's a valid point.
Without their fans, I could see that being it's not going to be a wash like the last game, but it will be that type of dead atmosphere. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know we've started to bring, there seems to be a bit more people in the crowd when you're watching football now, since it was then we played that last game. But I think that Istanbul game, especially at home, we should beat them very good at home in that Istanbul game. But away, I can still see it being long, because I don't know what the stadium's like and all that. You don't want the pitches like these type of, you know what I'm saying, innit?
Yes, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Teams. The pitch looks like the park and all that, and then you know what I mean. And
I get what you're saying.
Like taking a throw in and the board's right behind your back and you got no room, and you know what I mean. So,
yes, it's just very uncomfortable. I just want to say to everyone who's going at it with Yan City about Pep being a bald fraud, make sure you tune in to Gardem City. It's every Saturday. I think they're going at 11:30. It's either 11:30 or 11:45. They're going at in the morning. That isn't it. So that's 11:30 a.m. UK time. So it's literally before. It kicks off before the first Premier League Saturday game, so you can get all. You get me? Obviously, they discuss Manchester City and then go through the rest of the weekend's fixtures as well. There you go. We keep adding, so make sure you're not just giving a stick in the comments on here. Make sure you tune into the show and give a stick on there as well. You know what I'm saying? And show support. Stefan makes a great point here. He says, "Sorry, my laptop playing up." He said, "I play Cavani plus Martial up front. Donny, Pogba behind them, Freddie McTominay in the defense with Tellers and Axel. With that formation, we can protect our defense and play great transitions." I agree. I like that.
Is that with a three at the back? I think it's just.
I'm presuming so.
I'm telling you now, with them two big brothers tomorrow, yeah. If we play basically two centre backs with them two, man, they're just gonna over-occupy Maguire and whoever it is. And someone like Axel, he's very good, he's strong, fast, quick. You don't want to do this to man when they're on a run. You know, when they just come back from injury, they've played a good game. You get what I'm saying? You gotta not give man a chance, but play to the strength. You've just seen him play very good in a free. Don't change it yet. Keep the free. You're gonna play him. Yeah. I'm telling you right now. Maguire, as much as man don't like Maguire is big and strong. Maguire will have his thingy tomorrow. Like, I even think Lindelof will struggle tomorrow, but he will probably do better than Shaw, because the sheer height thing will be something for sure. If it's one of them, they'll be swinging in crosses. Shaw will be able to get up with them, man. Nah, trust me, Google these brothers, bro. Google that.
No. I get what you're saying. I'm just laughing at the fam. I'm just catching joke at the comments, innit? Like these man just went off at Yan City. Yeah, man. Make sure she's called Yan City, innit? It's not no Yan, it's Yan City. Make sure you get that right, Akuma. But yeah, she says, thanks. You should tune into Gardem City and we can discuss Pep. There you go, people. If you want to discuss Pep, Yan City is the one, innit? I've known her for years. She knows her football. As much as it pains me to admit it, she knows her football, innit? So make sure you lock into that. Kendall says here, there we go, 1 second. My internet's moving mad slow. You know what I mean? When it's coming up, I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same starting lineup as last game. Park the Bus FC.
No, whoa.
Nah,
Whoa. Chelsea parked the bus. We didn't park the bus.
yeah.
Let's get.
Here's the thing: is I think Ollie's was thinking in his head, Chelsea were going to play much more on the front foot. They did. That's why James was in there, because he's like, at least he can run into space. But then when Chelsea sell like they did, Ollie should have changed it at halftime. You have to be more proactive. Like, okay, they're not going to come out and change. They're not going to come out and start playing aggressively on the front foot. So we should change this and put on the more attacking players. And we almost nicked it. Like I said, if Rashford scores, we're having a different conversation. But we all know Ollie's limitations. We know this. The numbers have just gone up as well. So make sure you hit the like button if you're hearing it. Hit the like button. Share this across all your socials. And hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because we really appreciate the support. Because you lot listen. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate it. Salvation in the Elect says Nangelsmann is going to put Ollie in a spliff. Akuma says same team as PSG, but Pogba in for Bruno. I wouldn't mind that. I just want to see the back three. I think that's our go-to system. To me, that's the team, that's the formation that suits the players we have the most. To me, I think so. I think all our centre-backs are better in the back three. I think Wan-Bissaka, you can argue, is not better as a wing-back, but Tellez, Williams, all better as wing-backs. Shaw's better as a left-sided centre-back. Fred and McTominay as two DMs with three centre-backs behind him, I think is even better. It allows Bruno, Pogba, Donny, whoever's playing to go. It allows our attacking players freedom. Even the Tellez allows him to just bomb on. Because people spoke before we signed him about him not being defensively good. But you have to do less defending in a wing-back position. Stefan says, I want to see Donny and Martial on the same pitch. I've got a feeling those two might be a sick duo. That's an idea. I'd like to see that. I would like to see that. That would be fire. Without question, I'd like to see that. But let's hope so. Let's hope so. Like, let's hope he plays the back three and he plays the team. The reason why I'm so calm and don't get mad about Manchester United bad performances or bad attacking performances is because I know the manager's not good enough. So when you have someone doing a job who is not good enough at their job, you're going to get results that ain't good enough. That made sense in my head. I hope it made sense to you lot.
Yeah, it makes sense. You know, I was just thinking then, actually.
Go on.
A Van Der Beek behind the Rashford and the Martial tomorrow could be very fruitful. Do you get what I'm saying? And then I definitely play Fred and McTominay then. So them three could, you know what I mean? They can have the freedom of the whatever you want. Because that's how I see it, you know. You see when you play like a 3-5-2, two more have like the freedom of the attack. You do basically what you want. You can go pitch up where you want, and do you know what I mean? You're not as rigid, are you, as when you play like with four defenders, because you know you've got this. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, if it's about space tomorrow and sorting out the space, you know what I mean, and filling up the space and finding the spaces, that's something Donny does well. And I think Rashford and Martial would be then working the channels.
I love that idea. You know what? I might have to change my team still. Pogba might have to drop to the bench because I like the idea of a Donny behind a Martial and a Rashford. That's frightening. That is frightening. That is a very good shout. But here's the thing is, that goes to show how much better our squad is that we have options and we can debate this. Yeah. Last season, we knew our 11. Look at the bench against Chelsea.
I've just named you a team then. I've just revised my team and I've just left out Bruno and Pogba.
There you go. And the team's still strong. Whether you think the team's as good, but the team's still strong and good enough to win that game. You get what I'm saying? And that. Salvation Elect says, Flawless and JV, did you see what Shaw did to Bruno on the overlapping? I seen it, yeah. That's just typical Shaw, though. That's why, again, that goes back to my point of when I said 3-5-2 suits the players we have, because Shaw, as a left-sided centre-back, I think works. He gets more protection and he doesn't have to worry about getting forward. Go on.
And if that's tomorrow, Tellez doesn't even need to be told to do that.
Oh, he's already there. He's on his bike already. Yeah. Autopilot. From when Bruno's receiving the pass, Tellez is gone. And he's whipping that. That's another combination I want to see. Tellez playing when Cavani's playing. That's what I'm looking at. With Cavani's movement.
That's what I said. As soon as I seen them, even just them corners, what he was doing, I was like, yo. Like, even I was more surprised, like, he didn't, like, but he weren't playing in it. Like, obviously, if Maguire was playing, I would have loved to have seen even Maguire on the end of some of them. Because Maguire's one of them who strikes me as, he doesn't score as many headers as he should. But then it might be a space thing because we're not.
Well, yeah.
really
It's also
crosses and corners, and you know what I mean.
It's also delivery. But one thing I will say is against PSG, we looked dangerous from corners. We looked like when it was Maguire and McTominay going in for headers, we looked a threat, which is good. We didn't score from any corners, but we looked a threat. Which
the man is small. That's what it was. But you know what it is. We actually got quite a big team. You know, we actually do. Like
when set players, if you add in a Maguire, a Axel, a McTominay, a Pogba, a Cavani, Rashford's 6 foot plus, if I remember correctly as well.
Rashford's tall, bro. You know.
Yeah, Rashford's tall, so that's 5 man.
Not like the stockiness, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that's 5 man. I just mentioned, and I'm sure there's people we've forgotten as well. You know what I'm saying? So even though we think Lindelof's soft, I know Lindelof's not a midget. You know what I'm saying? He's not small.
Did you say McTominay?
Yeah, McTominay. I added McTominay. Yeah, McTominay like 6'2". You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, McTominay is tall, bro.
Yeah. So I think that could be something added with Tellers, but it'll be interesting to see in Tellers getting up to speed. Kendall also says, I can see Oli trying to stifle Leipzig counter-attack FC. I don't mind that. All I want is for Oli to pick an 11 to implement some form of game plan. That's why I want. Against PSG, we did it perfectly. Against Newcastle, we did it perfectly. Against against Chelsea, it was the wrong game. It was the wrong game plan because Chelsea played different, but that's when we should switch it up. But I just like to see a team with a plan. You know what I'm saying? Nangelsman on MUFC, they have a lot of qualities in the final third, and we have to be aware of those situations, close the space behind our defensive line. He knows. Jan City says, City are midget FC, your team is tall. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, hopefully with Tellers and that, we can, what's it called? With Tellers' corners, we can be more dangerous. Oh yeah, make sure you go subscribe to Jan City as well. I think it's her first or second video is just dropped on her channel. So go check that out. She's with Neeks, who's also with us on that United show. So go support Jan City, go follow her across all her socials, etc. Stefan says, I was skeptical about Tellers when we signed him, but as a wing back, he's a problem in capital letters. These crosses gave me chills. That's what I'm saying. So the squad's getting better. Look at the bench against Chelsea. That was a 6-star bench. That bench was ridiculous. When I seen it, I was like, whoa. I'm like, all right, we're starting to add strength in depth.
We've not had a bench like that. We've not had a bench like that since we had Ronaldo, fam. And that's being honest. Like when we had like Ronaldo, Rooney, Berbatov. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even like we'd have someone like a Hargreaves on the bench. You know what I mean? Yes. And you know what I'm saying? Players, and we had quality then. You get what I'm saying? So it's one of them. We need to build that back up. It's going to take time, innit? I said we could literally now get 1 or 2, and I mean literally 1 or 2 more signings, push out some of the people who are looking a bit shaky in the first team now onto bench players, and our team frightening.
No, I agree 1,000%. And we was going to lock this off, but the numbers have popped up, so we're still going to stay on, and man will be here as long as the numbers are decent and that. We got 19 people watching currently in it, so make sure you hit the like button. We appreciate it. Subscribe, all that, share. So one last thing before we do go, we'll touch on actually, is the whole free Donny Van Der Beek. And I think that's another overreaction from Manchester United fans. I say that a lot on this show. I've noticed that. There's always something for Manchester United fans seem to be complaining about when things are not perfect. Do I want to see more of Donny? Yes. Should he have played against Chelsea, maybe come on at half-time? I hear that, yeah, because we were poor going forward. But we're only 4 or 5 games in, Donny will play. I hope he plays. He should play tomorrow to me. After the poor offensive performance we put in against Chelsea, he should play. He deserves his shot. Yeah, go on.
No, I was just going to say it. Honestly, if someone like Dan James hadn't played so many games this season, if Dan James was on the bench with him,
wouldn't be a thing.
Like, all right, then maybe even if it was someone like Greenwood playing and he's not in form, I would be like, yeah, but it's Greenwood. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah. I get what you're
saying. There's no excusing a Dan James. You can't say, yeah, but it's Dan James. That don't make sense. There's no Dan James. Dan James hunt Dan James there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Dan James. I get what you're saying. I already get what you're saying.
So that's where I think it comes from. It comes from, it's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, he is new here and he is this and that, but you playing certain man ahead of him. Like, when we got Bruno, no one's talking about, oh yeah, he's new, he can't play. Bruno played every last dying moment. You know what I'm saying? Touched every blade of grass in every Premier League ground since we signed him. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, do you get what I mean though? So
I get what you're saying.
It's one of them, like that's where it's different with the thingy, because we've been out of form. If we're in form, no one cares. Someone, why help me run for 5 minutes at the end of a few games, or why don't we give him a quick 20 minutes if we're winning? Do you get what I mean? That's where I think it stems from.
Yeah, and Ollie's not helped himself there because, like I said, when you're winning, nobody cares. This is not a conversation, but it's the fact that, okay, I don't just want to bring him on. I get what you're saying. I just don't want to bring him on just to bring him on. I don't want to see, personally, me, I don't want to see Donny playing on the left wing. I don't want to see him playing on the right wing. Same way I don't want to see Bruno playing on the left wing or the right wing and adding Pogba. I want to see players in their proper position. Because if we bring on Donny and he's playing on the left wing or right wing and he doesn't play well, then there's people are more up in arms about it. Oh, he's brought him on, but he's not playing his proper position. And that's what lies on Ollie and fitting him into his system and getting a system for him. But yet he persists with 4-2-3-1. So I understand that point. It's just the overreaction. Oh, he should leave. He should have never came. Relax.
Yeah, that's
just relax. Simmer down. Just settle. You know what I'm saying? Just chill out. Like, it's not that deep. Yeah, man, just settle. Like, it's just, oh, you should leave. Why? Because he's not started in 4 or 5 games. Like, no, relax. If this is 20 games in and he's not started, then you look at it. But yo, just chill out. Like, Donny's gonna play, and the thing is, if you're a United fan, why would you want him to leave? And you rate him this highly. Why would you put out in the universe? Or he should leave? Why would you want a top quality player who you want to start leave? That makes no sense to me. That's backwards. That's just me.
That's some of our fan base, though, bro. Like,
yeah.
Some of our fan base.
That's true.
I like seeing that from Jan saying that, because that shows that she knows that it's quality. Because I know that's the angle she's at. She's at, like, get rid of it. You know, I don't want to see it.
You know what, Yancy? I think you should leave. That's why I think you should do your Joker. You know what I'm saying? I think you should leave, innit? That's what you should do. But she says, "Hey, that's an excuse. That's an excuse teams use, to be honest. I think if you are winning, no one complains about Donny. If you are winning every game, that's facts. That's true, facts. No, I agree. But yeah, I think we've come to the end of the show. And just to let people know, the ManDem United podcast, we go live. So in case YouTube doesn't notify you, we go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Every Tuesday and Thursday, 5 p.m. we go live. Also available in an audio platform, on audio only platforms as well. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes as well. So anywhere you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City, and this show and Gyardem City and the rest of the shows on Sarcasm City TV, you will be able to find. Any last words before we duck out, JV?
Yeah, getting your questions for.
That's it. Go on.
Getting your questions for next show, but as well, after the result tomorrow, I want to see the Sarcasm City DMs full of questions. Yeah.
Now you know what?
Questions.
Actually, where do we? We're doing this live on air. Where do we want them to send the questions they have? You know what? At me and there we go. At me and JV on 12. That's what I'll say. So at me, and that's me flawless, and at JV,
and then put ManDem United.
Yeah. That's it. So yeah, if you don't hashtag ManDem United, we ain't gonna do the question. So that's it. So on Twitter, at me, and that's me flawless. At JV, also at JV8, JV89_, and with your question, and then at the end of your question, hashtag ManDem United. Yeah. That's what we're going with. That's how we'll run it. So yeah, any questions you have to at the both of us, and also hashtag ManDem United. But yes, people, this has been the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. Has it ended on your end?